Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining me on time. Can I just quickly check if any one of you can hear me or see the slides just before we start? If you can, do let me know in the Q&A. All right, thank you so much for confirming. We're gonna start in about 2 minutes time. All right. So meanwhile, if you have some time, you can take out your mobile phones, just do a quick scan on the QR code. So our June session is already in the website. So you can go over there and check out. We have some different topics coming in June. And then to watch the past recording, if you have not been joining in the past session that we ran in May, April, or March, you can go over to the second QR code. It's our official YouTube playlist that will be sharing all the recordings, including the one today as well. So if you miss out any topics or any session, feel free to go over there and check out the recordings. And then the first one is where you can get to register all the other upcoming events we have in June. So there is the virtual one as well as some in-person event as well, upcoming in June. So do head on and see which one is suitable for you or which one you're interested in based on the agenda, the topic, and then you can check it out. So by the way, my name is Jun Liang. I am the trainer here in Amazon Seller Education team. And then later on, I will have Sean who will be joining us. Sean is an experienced onboarding specialist in Amazon Global Selling. So while waiting for the rest to join in maybe about 1 minute's time, we can start. So maybe I can share a little bit about Seller Education team. So Seller Education team is actually a new team set up just not long this year. And then our focus is on developing educational content for sellers, sellers like yourself that will enjoy or rather be able to use the content to learn more about how they can sell on Amazon and then the features and stuff like that. So apart from that, the one that you are hearing right now, the online virtual session, which is the what we call the live webinar slash training, that is also a new initiative by the seller education team. So as you can see, it's pretty new. So there will be a lot of other new initiatives that were coming up. And then also you may see me in some of the seller meetup events as well. I'll be sharing on some topics. So do let us know if you think there are things that you want to see or you are interested in, but it's not available currently, so that we can incorporate into our current curriculum. And then the next thing that the team involved, which I mentioned earlier on about the creating content, right? So the content that the seller education team creates is the one that you normally see on the Seller University. So for those of you who don't know what is Seller University, right? If you have an account, you can go to the Seller University via the left navigation. And then to the left lower corner, the last one is actually the Seller University. Later, I can show you where you can find. So if you do not have an account, you can still access the Seller University information on the website as well. Let me just give you the link so that there are contents, regardless if you have an seller account or if you do not have. Give me a moment. Okay, let me just share with you what I just shared on where you can get the information, and then we can start shortly. Okay, I just share my browser just, while we're waiting to share with you everyone. So if you go to sell.amazon.com.sg and then you go to the second one, which is sell globally. Over here, the second button, click on it. And then you can see these are the place where all the information you can find. So also to ensure that you're all in the right webinar, this one is focusing on sellers who are planning on to expand their business into the US, selling on Amazon.com. So if you're looking to sell on Amazon.sg, then you might be in the wrong webinar. They do have their own webinar as well. So just for your info. So what I just shared is that you go to learn on the third navigation. This is the Seller University. So here you can get the content on some other information here without having an account. But of course, if you have a seller account, you can see a little bit more topics as well. And then the QR code, if you did not scan, the webinar event is actually here. All right, and that will bring you to the page where we have some upcoming seller events, in person, as well as the webinars that we are currently watching, and also there are some advertising webinars as well. All right.
So I guess so I'm Sean, the onboarding specialist for the Amazon Global Selling from RSEA over to NA. So I mainly cover NA and UK and Europe at the same time. So before we start, I'd just like to ask, is there anything that you guys want me to focus on today that maybe you guys feel that's better suit your interests? Then just type out in the questions. Then maybe you can start in 3:10, which is about 2 minutes time.
We know there are some questions that was shared during the registration, so I think we will also be addressing that later as well on the questions that you put it in during the registration process. Yep.
Okay, I think we can just start now. So today, just to go through what I'll be covering today, right? I'll be going through the 90 days of growing with your Amazon, growing your business with Amazon. So what this means, right? We are just going to go through like simple steps that you guys can take, right, to succeed on Amazon. So it's just a simple baseline for you to know what's next, what to do within your first 90 days. And then based on statistics, right, you are having a 6.3 times more chance of succeeding on Amazon just by following these few steps. Just to give some background of Amazon, so Amazon itself, right, we support sellers across the region, up to 20 marketplaces, 27 languages, and up to 200 countries. And from here, right, we have 300 million customers across the world. And what I would like to focus on, right, is these 200 million Prime members, which, right, are like, I would say loyal Amazon members that only shop through Amazon. And having this Prime badge, right, gives you access to these 200 million Prime members from there. And last but not least, right, we have 400 fulfillment centers and 100 cargo planes, right, to get your products, right, to your sellers, to your buyers, right, within 2 working days. So just like some sharing with you that like there are a lot of actually tools out there or like resources out there, right, to help you succeed through Amazon, from SPN, global partners, so and so forth, right. So once you register an account, feel free to actually navigate around through it. From there, understand what are your needs, understand what you are lacking. Then from there, I reach out to the relevant like SPNs, from like advertising to listing to compliance, right? From there, Amazon SPN service, right, is a wide range of partners, right, they can reach out to help you to start your journey with Amazon. So without further ado, right, these are the few things that I'll go through today, which are the 90 days content. Can you all hear me? Can, right? Okay, so the 8 things that I'll go through today, right, is the North America market, core structure, shipping model, brand registry, and so forth lah. So if you've got any questions along the way, just feel free to type it in the chat or keep the Q&A. Yep. So the first 90 days of Amazon, right, gives a simple sneak peek of like what to expect, right, and what's next during your 90 days with Amazon to achieve success. So from doing market research, from doing like a brand registry, from registration account, to creating your shipment, to speaking to a logistic partner, right, all the way to your success, right, we just have to follow it accordingly. And this playbook, right, can be easily accessed, right, through Seller University website, and there's a playbook that will give you a more detailed version of it. So I think today the first thing we're focusing on our market and product selection. So for North American and consumers, right, you need to understand that like when you are targeting the market, right, different markets have different characteristics of the sellers. So US is mainly housewife, office staff, and workers. So from here, right, the people are more attached to the quality of life, the value of the money spent, and also high requirement of individuality. So before you do research, let's just say already have a product. So this chart will basically show, right, the top 3 categories out there. So the first is computer and consumer electronics. Next is apparel and accessories and furniture, and health, beauty, and personal care. So not to say that other categories, right, won't do well. It's just basically saying that because categories like computer and consumer are competitive, like office equipment and supplies, right, if you have a good product, it's niche, chances of you being found out is lower, but you are still able to succeed, right? Because it's not as competitive as others. So in Amazon, right, we split the categories into hardlines, softlines, and consumable. So this is just a simple breakdown of the Amazon structure. So when you're doing a searching for Amazon, meeting regulations, complying with import and export laws, potential is meeting the needs, understanding the market, and also understanding the seasonality. So compared to RSEA, there's only have one season, right? Regions like US, Europe have 4 different seasons. So understand that the kind of products you sell might be seasonal, or you can, right, ensure that it's fully like it's not seasonal, and buyers can buy it throughout the year. And then understand the kinds of product types health related, aesthetic, materials, design, and value and price. Yeah, so one simple trick to understand on easy glance, right, to understand what is trending and what is popular, right, you can just use on the Amazon Amazon website to click bestseller, movers and shakers. So movers and shakers, right, for those people who are new, right, it just means things that are going up in trend, and shakers are things that are losing in trend. So these give you a sneak peek of understanding what are the best things to sell for market research and so forth. Yep, so under the Amazon.com website, at the top, you can just click bestsellers. From there, you are able to click to bestsellers, new release, movie checkers, most wish for, and give ideas. Yep. Then it's split between the different categories, so just feel free to play around and navigate to do your research and to see if your product out there, right, is popular or not, or who are your competitors. Then the next thing will be logistic and payment method, might be what most people will be interested in. So the cost structure of Amazon, right, is split between fixed costs, variable costs, and seller monthly fee, which is the personal account and professional selling account. So the professional selling fee, right, is $39.99, right, a USD per month. It will be the same, right, no matter how many marketplaces you are selling into. So this is the flat fee that you'll be paying. So the variable cost will be like your production cost, the Amazon commission fee. Then for transportation is from logistic fee with your logistic provider, FBA storage fee, and FBA fulfillment fee. For things like advertising and branding, understanding about trademark registration fee, spending on advertising to grow your brand, to grow your brand awareness, to get people into your product, right, is important. So for Amazon, right, seeing as like it's more competitive nowadays, it's not just about having your items shipped and listed. You have to spend on ads, right, or to spend on items, right, to get people into your listing, into your page, right, to drive traffic. At the start, you will have to spend on maybe like getting people to review on your products, so and so forth, to get like a baseline of reviews from it. So in online community, right, you must take note that like reviews is important because the buyers are unable to look at your product, unable to view it. So the reviews are important. And also for your listing itself, your the product detail page, so and so forth, always make it in a form of like people can understand what you are selling. How will it look like when they buy it? How will it look like when they purchase it? How will it look like in their house, and so forth. So always help your buyers, right, visualize how it will feel it when they purchase it. So the cost of structure is split between these 5 categories, from cost of goods, selling fees, and referral fee. So please take note, right, that different categories, right, have a different referral fee, and minimum is all charged at 30 cents. Yeah. So feel free to take a screenshot of this, or actually all these are actually available on our website. So one thing when you're doing like market research, always add into your understanding the cost, the referral fee, to add into your margin. So Amazon is not just about like, oh, I'm selling maybe like $15 in my country, I want to sell 15 USD in the same. So always add on your cost, your logistic, and the referral fee, right? From there, play around your margin to see whether you can make a profit while keeping it, right, competitive. And next is fulfillment cost. So we use Singapore as an example. So shipping from SG to US, right, you have to get like your rates from like the very logistic company. And FBA storage fee is about 56 to $3.63 cubic feet per month. And then marketing cost. So marketing cost is one thing to take note, right? It's about advertisement, promotions, coupons, and branding. So like I said, get people into your site, give them the best deals, and then from there, so on and so forth. Last but not least, others. So one thing to take note right, is that Amazon warehouse or fulfillment center, right, it's not a warehouse. It's more like a pit stop for your product. Over a long period of time, if your product stays there, right, you'll be charged a higher fee. Or let's just say you have returns that's unsellable, right, you have to pay a cost, right, for it to be disposed. So always add that into your cost, and after minusing all this, right, that is your profit. So one way to easily understand on how to check your revenue, right, is using this FBA revenue calculator. So feel free to take a screenshot over there. So the FBA revenue calculator, right, gives you a simple estimate, right, on how much you can sell your product on Amazon, and then the net proceeds and net margin. So from there, simply just add in your monthly storage per unit, per store, other costs of goods, miscellaneous costs, and your item price and your shipping charge. So one easy way to check your shipping charge, right, just reach out to a logistic partner, have a discussion with them, understand the rates they are having, then just read it out there. So from there, right, you can just have a simple estimate, right, of how to calculate your profit margin. So for sellers who are unsure of how to use it, right, just feel free to head to our Seller University YouTube and click on FBA revenue. Then you have a simple guide to share with you on how to use it. So next, FBA fulfillment by Amazon. Okay, so in Amazon, right, there are 2 ways to ship your products to your buyers. So one is FBM, which is fulfilled by seller. So what is this? Is that the moment you receive an order, you pack it and you ship it, right, to your buyer, your customers, we call it. So from this, right, a seller must, unfortunately, right, for customer service, you have to provide, right, the customer service replies and so forth, right, with their local languages and within 24 hours. Because all this would affect your account health, and this is very important as this helps to maximize your account itself. So for returns, right, you have to provide and pay for international shipping, right, for your address to ship it back to you if you do not have your warehouse in the desired country. So the simple way, right, what we actually recommend, right, is FBA. So fulfilled by Amazon helps you to handle, pack, and ship to your buyer, right, on your behalf. And we give you 24/7 customer support in their local languages. We manage all returns for you. So one thing to take note that some of our FBA, right, we do deliver your products to your customers, right, within 2 days. Because unlike RSEA, where like maybe some people are willing to wait a week or two for their product, in other regions like America, Europe, or maybe like Korea, for example, speed is important, and everybody who purchase their product want their product to reach them as fast as possible. So in short, right, all you have to do is get your products to the fulfillment center, and we do the rest for you. So like saving all this time, right, will help you to actually focus more time on your own business or how to grow your business. So there are actually many new sellers, right, that use FBA. All their main concern was to increase their inputs from 100 per month to now 10,000 or 100,000 per month, right? All they have to do, right, is just worry about getting their product to the fulfillment center, and Amazon does the same, does everything else for them. Yep. So one thing to take note is like for this, right, sellers send their products. So simple understanding of that, sellers send their products to the fulfillment center, customer place the order, we fulfill the order and ship it, and then if let's just say once customer receive the product, they got any questions, returns, so and so forth, right, we handle the rest for you. So some of the things that you can think that top benefits of FBA is that you can save costs while shipping in bulk, reduce account risk, boost conversion rate, and optimize revenue and operations. So in Amazon, right, like what I was mentioning at the start, right, Prime is very important. The moment you are an FBA, right, you automatically have access to all the Prime members itself, and because you simply have a Prime badge there. You might be wondering like what is the purpose of a Prime badge, but Prime badge just means that you are like legitimized by Amazon, and then people who buy your product itself, right, will get it within 2 days. And then the next one is that you'll get boosted up. So compared to sellers who have no Prime badge, right, you will be above them. Yeah. So next but not least, let's talk about brand registration for brand owners. So a simple aspect of brand registration, right, on Amazon is that the moment you register, you have access to a lot of tools to help you grow your brand. So what I would say that Amazon is not just a platform for you to sell, it's actually a platform for you to grow your business and in a way, right, make it your only business, for example. So we have brand registry. Once you have access to A+ content, which is an enhanced product detail page. You have stores, you get access to advertisements such as sponsored brands and sponsored display. So we provide you analytics tools to actually understand your brand. Is it getting to your target audience? How can you improve? And so on and so forth. So last but not least, right, the question is like, people are stealing my product. I want to be protected. Do Amazon have it? Yes. So Amazon has trademark protection that protects your product itself from being hijacked, protect yourself from resellers, and also protect your product right, from people who are stealing your images, your barcode, your ASINs, your listings, so on and so forth. So we provide a full range from service, from growing your brand to understanding your brand, and also to protect your brand. And last but not least, right, you'll be asking like, hey, I have no trademark, how do I get it? So simply just type in this like brandservices.amazon.com IP accelerator, and then just click the provided language. And from here, right, we'll give you the bunch of SPNs, service provider networks, right, for you to get your trademark. So there's a lot of reviews out there. You can just feel free to read through the reviews and to negotiate the cost, right, or to see how much it costs for you to get a trademark. Yeah. So incentive for new sellers, just take a look at this. So these are new sellers that Amazon gives for sellers that joined this year. So rewards up to 50,000 on sales are up to 1 million in your revenue, 200 Vine credits. So the Vine program actually invites the most trusted Amazon reviewers, right, to share some comments, give you some reviews. So like I said, right, in the online community, reviews is really very important. So for the new seller, do not be worried. Amazon do have like programs to help you to get people, get your brands to get your products and review. However, I'll say that this is kind of like a double-edged sword. Only use this, right, or like only use this program if you believe your product is good, because this will affect your overall ratings in general. Yeah. So to scale your business, Amazon will give $50 in promotion to use your on Amazon sponsored product to get your ads, and also $100 credits inventory shipping for sellers using FBA. And last but not least, right, we give you $50 coupon credits when using the tools. Okay, let's move on. So product listing itself. So before you list, understand what listing, right? What category do you need approval for and what you don't need. For things like baby products, beauty, it really depends on what you are selling. If you are selling things that have to be on the skin, consumed, right? You have to get the necessary compliance document that is needed. So for things such as automotive, grocery and food, right, you definitely need, because like you need FDA, food drug allergy for your groceries and gourmet food, and a product label and a nutritious label. So this is a simple overview process of how to list on Amazon. So before listing, right, understand is your brand product branded. So get a GTIN exemption. So GTIN refers to global tracking identification number. So just refers to the barcode that's on your product. So if you don't have it, do not be worried. Just simply get a GTIN exemption for Amazon, and you're well on your way to actually start listing and start selling on Amazon. So like I said, right, Amazon actually provides very easy for you to start on Amazon, to start selling on Amazon. So let's just say if you want to, if business start doing well, treat it seriously, right, feel free to actually get your own barcode from a GS1. So once you actually get all this, right, your product listed, right, the next step is to actually optimize your listing. So what I was talking about GTIN is actually the global trade item number. So it can be form of UPC, ISB, and EAN. So we actually really recommend you to get it from GS1. So as you can see, right, the form of barcodes can come in various forms. So the method two, like what I was saying, that if you do not have a barcode and you're just testing out Amazon, so do just get a GTIN exemption. So from there, right, you just apply it, right, and you're able to, Amazon will give print a barcode for you to be able to sell. However, take note, right, that GTIN exemption, right, is only for categories. So if you're selling in another category, for example, today you're selling beauty, tomorrow you're going to sell in a home, you have to get another GTIN exemption. Yeah. So a simple thing that you can get is error 5665. So one of these things when you do listing, right, you will see a lot of different errors. So error 5665 just refers to that you are selling a product, right, that is linked to a brand. So you have to register your brand. If not, right, the simple way throughout your whole Amazon journey, if you are facing anything that you're unsure, facing things that you are having an error with, right, always contact seller support. So seller support just refers to the top right, help. They just raise a case, and within 2 days, right, within 48 hours, they will get back to you and offer you a solution. So easy way to optimize your listing, the most basic way, right, at the start is to always have a brand name. Sorry, always have a title. So a title should consist of your brand, the product you're selling, the purpose, and the unique selling point of it. So as you can see from here is two hands, which is the brand name, highlighter, pastel color, the different colors, the type of it, and who is it for, adult and kids, school supplies, blah, blah, blah. And the unique selling point is extra long marking performance. Then one thing is that always pricing and promotions, always give deals if you are having any, and offer variations. So the more variations you have, right, gives your buyers, right, more choice, more things that they were willing to, that suits their need. And then last but not least, right, I'll say that one thing to take note is your bullet points. As many of you guys will understand that Amazon itself, right, is an algorithm, a database. So every keywords do matter. One thing a tip to give you, right, is do not repeat what you put in your brand, your title, in your bullet points or your product description. It's just duplicates, and then you're just wasting space in general. Okay, I think for most of the Q&A questions, right, I'll just handle it towards the end. So last but not least, like feature offer. So the feature offers, right, is that how much is you're paying, by when you'll be delivered to you, or let's just say if you choose this, right, within how fast will be, how fast lah. And last but not least, the store name. So from here, right, this seller use FBA. That's why it shows ships from Amazon and sold by Two Hands, which is the brand. Last but not least, right, we'll just go to like creating promotion. So promotion tools is actually like what I mentioned, is to improve your conversion rate. Once you spend on advertisement to get people into your brand, how do you convert them? At the start, you offer them coupons to get people into your page, into your product. Once they purchase it, right, actually, but to be honest, they always make your product good. So people to purchase it, right, they'll use word of mouth to spread the thing, and also there'll be repeated purchases. So easy way to see your coupons, right? Yeah, 3 ways is through the search result, product display page, which is at the bottom right, and the coupon home page is at the top. And on the left, right, is the search results. So creating store and A+ content for brand owners. So the moment you register your brand on Amazon, right, you have this thing called A+ content, which I would like to highlight is actually really very important, especially for the North America market. So simply put, right, A+ content access to brand stores, which is actually, I would say, like make your product more legitimate. And then it's more, I say, aesthetically pleasing, more simple, easier to read, easier to see. And then for this, right, like I mentioned, for like the new seller incentive, right, you build your brand, we help you, give you scale of business and promote your product. In short, I'll just say in summarization, right, Amazon help you to give you a jump start by offering all these. By the end of the day, right, like starting any businesses, right, you do have to put in your hard work, right, and your due diligence, right, to grow your business, and have to make, like, obviously, like investment sacrifices lah. Like nobody start a business, right, knowing that, like, oh, we definitely do well. So you definitely meet a lot of bumps, but just have to always take in feedback from your buyers and improve it. It's not something that you can just simply purchase it, start it, and then just leave it there and just expect, hey, why am I not doing well? So there are a lot, actually, like a lot of help pages, a lot of like resources out there that Amazon provides to help you grow your business. I'll say take some time to actually go through it. It will be as dry as possible, right? But once you get through it, then from there, right, start your business. And then, like I said, like, always take the feedback. Like every business is requires sacrifice, require effort lah. So just take note of that. And with that, right, in Amazon, we have 2 tier 1 events, which is Prime Day, which is happening next month in June. And in November, Black Friday, Cyber Monday sales. So for these 2 events, right, they are the 2 biggest events in Amazon. Basically, some of our sellers, right, earn their whole year revenue, right, in just these 2 events itself. So everything just lead on to that. It's just basically you spend the first few months trying to actually get people into your listing, get into your page, buy your product, give you reviews. Then during these events, right, you give sales, you get people into your traffic, to get people to understand your brand, who you are. Then from there, right, it's just a simple replicate and improving, like, and come out with like newer products, so and so forth. And then we come to the next question is Product Opportunity Explorer, right, is a simple way to actually use a tool that's on Amazon to help you understand, right, what is in demand, how much to sell, and what is losing demand. So Product Opportunity Explorer, right, helps you to actually understand in short, it just helps you to understand the demand. And then from there, right, you can decide what you want to sell, how much to price it for, and what. Yeah. So what is simply is a customer searches. Customer tell Amazon what they want, and then Amazon will actually monitor it and keep it as data points, and these become niches. So niches just refers to like a combined search terms such as insulated water bottle, red mouse, gaming chair, so and so forth. So when the sellers are not right, can't find what they want, right, Amazon will actually show you like, okay, these are things that is coming in demand, the search term is there. So from there, right, you can actually use this data to find new products that sellers want but are unable to get Amazon currently. So how to access this, right, is through your Amazon Seller Central, Growth, Product Opportunity Explorer. So from there, right, once you read it, you have like 5 opportunities by category or search. So a few examples of a niche is like first place ribbon, ruler bound, punch card, because these are called teacher materials. So yeah, I think this is just a simple understanding of what a niche is, but to summarize it, a niche is just a combined search term with top clicks that is related to the products that people are purchasing and the keywords that you type in. So one thing to take note for this, like if you look at average unit, so let's just say type spice rack. How do you make sense of this data? So sales potential score, I see 10 out of 10, this is high in demand, means that a lot of people who are interested in it. And you can see from search volume, right, the past 1 year, there's 5 million people who are searching for just spice rack. But then one thing to take note, right, is that the search volume is only 0.96%. So you can see, right, over a trend of the past 1 year, right, it's losing trend. Yeah. And then search volume has dropped by minus 29.22%, about 30%. And average sold is about 4,000 to 5,000. And then, as you can see, the average price of a spice rack, right, is $29 or $30, for example. But it ranges from $7 all the way to $124. So from this, right, makes sense of it. Like, okay, am I selling a product that is losing trend, or am I selling a product that's too expensive? So from there, understand like, okay, what's the purpose of me selling my product? Am I just being trendy? Am I finding a product that is meeting a need of some our consumer, so and so forth? So what I say, if I want to be exact, right, you can just take note of like search volume plus 96%. It's still trendy, but is it losing in trend? Or you can just look at magnetic spice rack. Look at it, there's a high search for it for 54%, for example. So compared to like spice rack itself, right, it's lower in volume growth. So maybe nowadays, right, people who are staying in smaller house, they'll be like, hey, I rather have it hooked to my refrigerator, hooked to a magnetic wall, so and so forth. Yeah. So always make sense of this, do your own research. Don't just randomly click through and like, hey, I just want to do this. Yeah, so do your own market research and so forth. So alternatively, right, you can just choose search volume and understand not just a category, but just on Amazon itself. Then from this, I would say, understand this. So Amazon, once you click into a category or a product, right, there's this thing called insights. So from insights itself, right, you can simply see how many sellers are selling this product, how many products are there in this category, and the average bestseller rank and all the number of reviews on the itself. So just play around, take a look at it. Amazon also has resources to explain details, right, of like how to use Product Opportunity Explorer, or maybe like in future sessions, right, we'll come out with like resources that will teach you how to understand or make sense of all these data that Amazon provides to you. Yeah. So for example, you can look at this like search conversions. So the amount of people out of 235 search volume, for example, this product itself, right, there's only a 4.66% conversion, and the amount of people that are selling is only 4. So if you take a hindsight, right, your competition is 4. 4 people are competing with you, and the average sale is about $28. Yeah. So each matrix has a popover, right, to further explain to you what does all this means. And then we also have a data definition, right, to explain in details, right, what this means. Yeah. So let's just say if you need request feedback on a niche, right, you can just request for it and Amazon will also provide it to you. Then last but not least, maybe since Prime Day is coming up, you can just take a look at the more common questions, right, during this period of time. What do Amazon itself from the last few years, right, the more common questions to help you to succeed or help you to reduce the errors on Amazon, right? Help you to succeed, to be honest. And then last but not least, right, okay, I said a lot of last but not least, but okay, but yeah, so this is the last overall slide for Seller University. So just go to learn, click Seller University. Amazon has a lot of resources right out there, right? That might be a bit dry, but actually it's very comprehensive. So just take your time to just go through it or maybe like just search in the help, search it, right? To go to in depth of what you want to learn. We split it to different categories, as you can see, and to smaller chunks, right? Which is more digestible for you. So just see what is you are interested in by going to learn your Seller Central and Seller University. Then from there, right, understand what you are lacking, what's your knowledge gap, and from there read and understand and improve. Because every business you need to do your own research and study. And then thank you for your time and participation. These are the things that we have in stock, right, for upcoming events or webinars, right, for you to go through. And then we'll go to Q&A. Okay, let's go Q&A. So let me drink water first.
Thank you, Sean. I see a lot of questions regarding brand related questions.
Okay, as an official or distributor of a brand, can I register my Okay, so as an official distributor, right, you can register the brand itself, but then you wouldn't need to because, right, if the brand is on Amazon, right, you will have to just provide, when you list it, you just have to provide the authorization letter from the brand that you're able to sell it on. So it really depends. If they just say the brand is totally not Amazon, then yes, you can, but you will need the letter. You still need to prove that like the brand owner allows you to sell it on Amazon. So the second question is, hi, my brand is registered under brand register, but I have recently noticed. Okay, one thing I would say that for this, right, if let's just say a person is completely like reselling your product without like your brand, right, you can actually go to that page and raise a product violation, brand violation or brand protection for your listing itself. So this is really up to the team to determine whether like are they really like hijacking your listing or not. So, but what I'll say that you can there are steps to double check all this kind of thing. So it's really up to the brand registry team, right, to determine whether it. But yes, you can actually do things to protect your own brand. So just have to find that brand as you believe that's hijacking your listing. Take a screenshot of it, raise it to the brand registry team or brand protection team or brand violation. It's all the same team in general. From there, right, they'll take actions based on your screenshot and your evidence, right, and they'll do their own internal investigation and get back to you on it. Yep. But then in hindsight, you cannot prevent such listing from appearing. But once it appears, right, you can do your part, right, to actually remove it. Okay, next question. I have two questions. Can you cover a bit about more details? If we are not brand registered, are we for our brand products? How do we become? I don't get. Okay, so for example, there's no brand approval in states. So Amazon, if you do not have your own brand, you definitely have to register your own brand. If not, you can sell your product, but you will not have like brand growing tools such as A+ content, brand analytics, and advertisement. Yeah. If you are still pending a trademark, yes. So the second question, if you already have a pending trademark, you will have access to A+ content and all the necessary tools. But usually I will recommend you that the process, by the time you get that stage, right, your brand will more or less already been approved because it only takes about by the time you reach that stage, about 2 or 3 months. So if you're talking about just getting a trademark from scratch, it might take a few months. But once you get it right, you still have the brand, you still have access to brand tools to help you grow your brand in that process. How does Amazon determine the numbers of competitors? Yes, so based on that category and based on that product itself, right, Amazon will determine how many sellers, right, are selling that specific product as you and within that category. So for shoe rack, right, there may be 1,000 shoe rack, but who is selling like maybe like waterproof shoe rack, wooden shoe rack. So that's how they split between it. If not, it's just like they're competing anyone who's selling in shoe rack itself. Yeah. So it's also separate into your leaf node. So a leaf node refers to for your category, right? For we are selling table, a leaf node can be wooden table. So for that leaf node itself, right, is how many people who are basing. So Amazon based on the leaf node to determine how many people are selling in that category, which is your competitor. Yep. Any other questions?
We have some questions that was put in during the registration. Let me read it out.
I can just read out.
Okay.
Okay, so first question, how to have a stock of product we want to sell. So if you have how to start is register an account. The more you register an account, right, is to understand using product opportunity explorer or like what I've gone through today, right, to understand the kind of product you want to sell. So always understand that what you want to sell shouldn't be trendy because trend goes up and down. But then like if you want, just find an existing product or like something around your house that you think, hey, maybe if I have this, right, I can make some improvement to it. Then research online to see like, hey, like this no one is selling this, then you can try. Like, to be honest, like the cold hard truth is that most people, right, will not have just one product that they think they do and they succeed. They'll come with a lot of like a trial and error. So you can always do that to find a product that you want to sell. Yeah. What are the first steps to selling on Amazon? What are the things I need to be focusing on researching to start my store? Okay, like I mentioned for the first part, right? Always understand like things around you. Like, oh, let's just say you find like a cup. Okay, my cup is like always spilling. My cup is too short. My cup is this. My cup is that. Like, think of ways that, let's just say, how will you improve it and how will you like what do you hate about your current product? What do you want in your current product? Then from there, right, you can actually do a research to see like, hey, maybe my cup, right, I want it to have like 2 handles instead of 1. So high chance, right, somewhere, right, there are a bunch of people that will have the same idea as you, but they wouldn't want to start researching on it or start to make it. So these people are just waiting for someone to come out with that. So you can start from there. Then from there, once you have a product, research on around Amazon, find a manufacturer, are they willing to do it for you, and how hard and what's the cost. From there, find out on Amazon, right, how much people are selling the similar product. Then from there, you set your price. Third question, when I add a product using so I think we come to the end of what I have. You guys have no other questions, right? Then I guess we can call it a day.
Before that, right, I need to get everyone help. I'm going to run a short poll just to get a sense of how do you think we can do better. So if you don't mind, just spare me about 1 minute. I will run the poll now. It's anonymous, so you don't have to share your name or anything. This is more for our internal learning and how can we improve on our future sessions. So I just started a poll. Please do help me fill up the 3 questions that we have. It's just radio options as well as the last point is more on suggestions where you think we can work on certain topics or what you like to see more, maybe like real life demonstrations on the UI, etc. Anything that you think will benefit you more in your selling journey with Amazon. So really appreciate everyone's feedback on this. I'll leave it on for a couple of minutes. And meanwhile, if you still have questions, still feel free to put it in the Q&A as well. All right, then. I see that everyone has answered it. I'm going to end the poll. Thank you so much. So if there's no other question, I don't see any more Q&A. If there's no other questions, we will end the call here. And then again, the recording will be shared. So do check your emails, and in the email, there will also be links on where you can find more of these events coming out in June, as well as the recording where you can see all the previous session that you missed. All right, I'll see you in the next session. Thank you very much, everyone, for your participation. And thank you, Sean.